nation? Well, it's more like a rhetorical question because that's what is on the minds of almost every Nigerian at this point in time. A lot is happening in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, in other parts of the world, but it seems more like our own is worse. And I actually don't know where to place it. Yes, it's now a case of one day, one trouble. One day, one traumatic event. One day, one event that would make you either shed a tear or just want to make you change your mind about becoming a Nigerian. Yes. A lot is happening. Well, like I said yesterday, and I am about to say again today, we have every responsibility to commit Nigeria into the hands of God. Yes, we need divine intervention as it is. Let us put aside our political, wherever you belong, be it PDP, APC, NDC, whatever. Put those things aside. Whatever political affiliation, yes, that's the word. Put it aside. And let us pray for this country as one body. Because I really do not know what else to say. It's really heartbreaking to see children being kidnapped. It's really heartbreaking to see fathers raping their daughters. It's really heartbreaking to see husbands locking up their wives in shops. A lot of stories to be said today, right? But I just had to let the cat out of the bag. Clara, I would allow you give us the first story for today.
Igbo ndị ọma ụtụtụ ọma nọ ole otu nọ mere eji maka nọ n'ọfụma n'ogbo nọ asị m ya gaziere nọ aha m bụ Nwada Clara Nwokocha nwanyị eze mkpọga asị m ka onye chiri ya zere biko akụkọ anyị ji wewụcha na nketa nke mbụ gbasara akụkọ zelitere isi ụnyaahụ otu nwa ọwụ bịara nnọọ ya na mmadụ anọrọ na Anambra steeti na steeti Anambra onye yi na ya abụọ nọkwanụ nwunye ya na-arịa ọrịa mkpọnwụ ahụ bụ stroke erukwanụ na onyishi n'abalị nwoke yi na nwatakịrị nwaanyị anọ bi abịa nnọọ bịa ọrụ nwa atapụrụ ya n'ike ahụ ya n'ike egbe nwa ji agwọji mmanụ ị na-aghọta ebe m na-eje ihe megidele ka a na-ekwu ka aha ozukwa nwata nwaanyị a nwoke asa ọzọ abịakwa bekwasị ya takwa apụrụ ya n'ike eche ma ihe bụ ihe ga-azị na ọ gbabiela otu a ka nke nwoke agwa na-emekwe eruola ahụ emewe nwa otu ọwụ ya bịa gaa n'ụlọ ọgwụ ya wụ na ọ dịla izu efele ya wụrụ ọ dịla ime ọnwa abụọ ndị na-ekwucha ọnụ ụmụ nwaanyị agbaka abịa gbulie okwu asị ka otu ochi nwa na-agbagide gịnị 16 years afọ 16 arụle na nwaanyị na-achị gịnị echefula m aha nwaanyị abịa nnọọ onye na-ekwuchite ọnụ ụmụ nwaanyị na steeti Anambra ya bịa sị gịnị mere kpọọ nwata nwaanyị a na-ekwu okwu ya ka ihe mere ka ihe gị na ya na-azụ ahịa nwata emepe ọnụ kọwa lekwe ọkwa onye na ya nọ ka o bidoro n'aka ya na-azụ ya azụ egwe agba baisikụl ya n'ike ka a na-ekwu ka mmadụ asa ọzọ ụmụ nwoke asa ọzọ ebekwasa
Emmanuel in Edo State,
okay,
who killed his daughter
Oh.
and buried her in a shallow grave. Now, according to this story, after killing his daughter, he put her head in a nylon bag and was taking it to the Babalawo to go and deliver, right? So that he will pack all the money in the world.
Ew.
And then on his way to the shrine, he was accosted by the vigilante men. And they were like, what are you carrying? What do you have in your bag? And he said, oh, I have food there. I want to take it to someone who's sick. And they insisted because the pace at which he was walking was suspicious. And then they insisted he opened the bag for them. And lo and behold, all they could see in that bag was the head of a girl, a small girl. And then they started beating him. Trust Nigerians. They beat him to pulp. And he started confessing that that was actually his daughter. Now they said, okay, your daughter, where is Mama Kwanu? And then he said, the mother is in the house. He didn't say any other thing, right? They took him to the house only for them to discover that he already tied up the woman and locked her in the room because she discovered what he was about to do. He locked her up in the room, tied her up, and then went out to commit that crime.
Oh, Chineke.
If not for the intervention of these vigilante people, maybe that woman as well would have died as well. Thank you. And that was how he was accosted, arrested. And then I know that he will be made to face the wrath of the law. As we speak right now, the young girl is dead.
Ew.
Purportedly, he wanted to use her for rituals to make money. And the wife, while they were interrogating the woman, she said he would always come back and say, don't be looking at me as a poor man again. In the next few days, I will be very wealthy. She did not understand where he was coming from. He would call his friends. He would call everybody, buy drinks for them, celebrate. You know, even his co-workers were surprised about his new spending lifestyle. But none of them knew that what he had in mind was to use his own daughter for ritual. Story number...
Abo.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 3. This one, I saw it yesterday, and in fact, I gave up.
Ew.
I gave up because I do not know the kind of heart that most people have.
Chai.
A woman was locked up in her shop. Family shop, or shop,
okay.
The family shop. Both herself and the husband or the partner were actually running that shop before this incident happened. And then the story says that, in fact, let me start from how it happened.
Okay.
A neighbor noticed that the husband and wife were inside the shop while she was about leaving. And then she locked up her own shop, said bye-bye to them, was about going. And then something prompted her. She forgot something and came back. Now, she said when she came back, opened her own shop, entered into that shop, the man didn't know that someone else was, in the other shop. He felt she had left. She could hear arguments coming from the neighbor's shop, husband and wife. They were arguing, they were shouting. And then the next thing, the man came out, locked the shop. She noticed that the woman didn't come out with the man. And she was like, what's going on? But she was so smart, she didn't want to interfere. So she kept quiet, observing. And then the man locked the shop and left. This woman was inside screaming for help. Screaming. And then the moment she noticed that woman was locked up inside, she now raised the alarm. Neighbors came and they tried. They started, breaking the padlock. And that was how they were able to open up that shop. And guess what? She almost suffocated. You know how shops... Thank you. No exit door, no window for ventilation, nothing. Majority of the shops that people build these days, those shops do not, it's just one door. Exits and, coming in and going out. Yes. And she, in fact, she was in distress. It was written all over her. From the story, we actually do not know what caused it, but when they interrogated this woman, she said he locked her up because she disobeyed his directive. And now I am asking, is that the best way to punish someone? Thank you. What would have been the story?
ha kpọchigidere ụzọ.
Oh my goodness.
Udukwu echiche ndị na-agba utike echiche gbarụrụ agbarụ echiche gị ịnị otu na-esi ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ n'ime apụta. Echiche latisi obi lara azụ ndị obi kpọrọ nkụ.
And then what would have been the story if she died? She would go to her family and say, your daughter has died. No, that's if he will even say the truth. No, he won't own up to tell them that he locked her in the shop. He will never do that. If not that the neighbor found out. So what would he have told her family members? See, I don't know.
But Maria, our enemies,
amen.
Amen.
A big amen to that prayer. Okay, you want to see that video? Just one of the videos we're able to lay our hands on. Just one out of the 3 stories we have read out this morning. Go to our Facebook page, Echo FM 100.7, and you see neighbors gathered around that particular shop, trying to revive the woman, interrogating her, asking her questions as to how she was able to, come out from that shop. Yeah, so if you want to see that video, I'm trying to try as much as possible to make sure that the audio comes on air, but somehow the audio is not coming up. But go to our Facebook page, Echo FM 100.7. You'll see the video right now. And here we are asking, we want to talk about the danger of the homes. When a home becomes a danger zone. Let's link it up to control, discipline, and deadly choices that people make. That's what we'll be talking about this morning. I would love to hear from you on the other side, wherever you are listening to us from this morning. Join the conversation.
Biko Igbo ọma na-ege ntị ọ na-echọrọ ịmanye ya. We must post this.
Wicked Men Association. Wicked men. When the woman will carry belle to you, where you go look am inside shop for. And you no go pikin for am now. Whether you get belle now, you no get belle, but you don't go for am, abi you never go. Is it not enough sacrifice? Why you go look am inside shop? Wicked people. This tiny shop, why you no go know inside this tiny shop? Just stay there. Why you no go know say why you dey there? Why you no go know? Hey. No need to. Me. Sorry. Hey! We go post boy.
Okay, sincere apologies for that interruption. While we were talking and trying to open up the phone lines, I think the video, resurfaced on social media. So you can go to our Facebook page and watch that particular video where women in particular gathered around that woman and they were visibly angry at the action of the man. Okay, let's open up the phone lines right now.
0911 20,000
Okay, disobedience. Can it ever justify locking up a spouse in a space with no air? No what was...
Wicked Men Association. Wicked men. When the woman will carry belle to you, where you go look am inside shop for. As you no go pikin for am now, whether you get belle now, you no get belle, but you don't go for am, abi you never go. Is it not enough sacrifice? Why you go look am inside shop? Wicked people. This tiny shop, why you no go know inside this tiny shop? Just stay there. Why you no go know say why you dey there? Why you no go know? Hey. No need to. Me. Sorry. Hey. We go post a boy. We must post this. Wicked Men Association. Wicked men. When the woman will carry belle to you, where you go look am inside shop for. As you no go pikin for am now, whether you get belle now, you no get belle, but you don't go for am, abi you never go. Is it not enough sacrifice? Why you go look am inside shop? Wicked people. This tiny shop, why you no go know inside this tiny shop? Just stay there.
let me use this medium, yes, to also tell everyone, irrespective of the fact that we are all angry and emotional, control your words, be civil with your words. Don't use words that will promote violence right here on air, okay? Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
And I will use English today.
Go ahead. I can hear you.
So, good morning once again.
You're welcome.
My name is Victor Chukwukohaga. You see, anyone that is getting married first should look at himself, look at his type, look at the type of person that is getting married, look at his standard and the person's standard. If the person, her own standard is more better and greater than your own, you leave that person and manage yourself. By the time you start making more and start rebuilding yourself, you will find somebody that will, that you will match with and stay with that kind of person. Because another thing I will say is that women, they will not stop demanding for money. That's the another thing. They always like money. But if they remove their money aspect and, have patience, they will find something that they will find the better person for themselves. That's what I have to say.
It's okay. Thank you so much for your submission this morning. Keep your calls coming in. This is still She Matters right here on Echo FM 100.7.
Hello.
Yes, so you're welcome. Okay. Go ahead, please.
And for you to succeed in this life, you must value yourself and willing to make a difference from others. Whenever you rely on people, well, believing that without this person I cannot get this right, or without this person I have lose a lot, you have decreased yourself and reduce your value. Most of us today has good talent and the profession, if I may use that word, but because of their mindset, without this man, I can't get this right. If this man leaves me, my own is finished. And as soon as you have such faith and belief, it becomes that way to you. So we need to, whether you are men or female, I'm not generalizing it now, not only women I'm talking. Understand whom you are. Value yourself and love yourself. Prove to the next person that God can use him to assist you, but you will not make him your God. And any challenge or difficulty you see, do not die with it. Learn from it and withdraw. In my submission, if you don't love yourself, you can't love another person.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Nnamdi, for your submission this morning. We're still live on Facebook. For people who just tuned in, you can go right now, watch the video of the woman who was locked up in her shop by her own partner, her own husband, due to a disagreement. And he says she disobeyed his orders and he had to lock her up. There was no ventilation, no means of air entering into that shop. She was visibly distressed and almost suffocated. If not for the intervention of neighbors who came and they were able to break that padlock and set her free. I mean, if she had died there, what would have been the story? That's the question. Yes, we are asking. Okay, more of your calls this morning.
Hello, Bolachi.
Yeah, good morning, Clara. Bolachi, hello, Timmy.
Ademo.
Hey! Sorry. Hey! We go post them. We must post this. Wicked Men Association. Wicked men. When the woman will carry belle to you, where you go look at inside shop for. As you wait one picking for them now, whether you get belle Is it not enough sacrifice? Why you go lock am inside shop? Wicked people. Enough. This tiny shop, why you not go know? Inside this tiny shop, just play there. Why you not go know say why you dey there? Why you not go know? Hey! Me. Sorry. Hey! We go post am, oya.
About the unbelievable things that people are doing. My sister, at times I look at it spiritually. I say, this person, is it a human being? Like, at times, you hear that somebody raped his daughter, his children. At times you hear, like this very one that you said, that somebody killed his daughter for money's sake. For money's sake. Oh my God. And I trace it down in thinking, maybe as you are there now, your own blood, as I am now, my own blood, I will kill the person for money. Who is going to eat that money?
Okay.
I mean, who is going to eat the money?
Okay.
And then I want to use this very medium to advise my, would I say, listeners out there. Don't be too desperate. Desperation in everything is not good. Desperation of power is what led Nigeria the place we are today. Desperation of everything, desperation of money, you would do anything in order to get money. And the funnest of all is when you have that money, you will now be somehow, maybe you have gotten the money, you will be pissed off with the whole scenario. Because you'll be asking yourself, if it is money you have gotten it, you build a house, buy a car, flex with women. At the end, you will understand that it is vanity upon vanity. You will not even have that joy because you have denied yourself that very joy. So you now start to regret every bit of your actions. I am telling you what I know because I have, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of friends. It's not what I will be saying on air. At times, you know that all those things are vanity upon vanity. So let people have a rethink. Somebody that is under your care is like your own blood, your own daughter. Your daughter, you now rape. I mean, the person that raped maybe he's maid or whatever.
Is ward because he's actually he was the guardian to the girl.
Yes, it's your daughter for crying out loud. It's your own daughter. You take care of him or her. You take care of her. I mean, there was a time, maybe I had a maid, and at times, as she is growing, she will, have birth, coming at times when, she's doing some kind of funny something. That girl, anyway, is possessed. I don't know that she's trying to seduce me. Wonderful. But what I did was, cautioning her. Like I used to caution my daughter. I said, look, you are grown up. Stop doing this. Don't remove your clothes in my presence. You are a grown up. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
It's not she's not my daughter. It's my maid. But as she does that, I caution her. Yes, at a point, I now understood that the girl was possessed. The girl confessed that she was trying to lure me, that in their spiritual world, that they were telling her to, lure me so that she can frustrate me, do this and do that. But because of the attitude I have towards her, that she doesn't have any conviction to harm me.
Wonderful.
Yes, she was confessing. Even the father took her to a pastor, and she was confessing that I'm a very good person. That was the reason why she couldn't get me. They were even tormenting her.
Hi.
Yes.
This is
I
terrible.
never knew that girl was trying to seduce me, but because of I took her as my own daughter.
Yes.
So that is the reason why I was cautioning her. Are you hearing me?
So what you're saying in
I'm
essence,
saying is that let them stop all these things. Anybody that is under your care is your own blood, is your daughter.
Okay.
She calls you father, or she calls you whatever, or daddy or whatever. Take the person as your own daughter. Stop committing all this nonsense.
Thank you so much.
Thank you and God bless you.
Prince Chiedozie Onwumere, we appreciate you. So what he has said or what he's been trying to say for the past how many minutes plus is that no matter what happens, you don't have any right to abuse that person. That's what he means. To sum it up. Okay? She said, use don't Yes. Because we actually, these things didn't come up, right? But where you would fault that man now is he allowed 7 other men to mount on her. A teenager.
16 years.
There is nothing that justifies that act. Nothing. Let's not forget the lady that was killed in, is it Obowo? Because they wanted her to be their girlfriend.
Yeah, Joe.
And she refused. They traced her to her apartment and she was killed. There is no justification for that action. I don't know, whatever anybody wants to tell me. No matter what happens, it's better you take her back to her parents. Right? If, don't they enter your IRB, take her to her parents. Tell her to go back. Because the moment you start it, you have started it. And then if you have friends that are worthless, they want to join you in that act.
Some people.
Thank you. And by then you must have gone far. That's it. God. All right, more calls, please.
Hello.
We lost this. Let's see if this is going to connect. Okay, the phone lines are jamming already. Keep your calls coming in. Let's squeeze in one more call before we go on a quick musical break.
Hello.
Clara.
Bolachi.
Very too much. The commander of English.
Mike E. Commander of the airwaves. Mike E.
Nobody will give you business.
Yes, I know. How have you been, Mike E?
You don't say, in the loud, and I echo.
Yes, so.
Be loud. And you start with the lesson.
I know.
They call you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I want to mark for that person where they're pregnant. They call lock door. Who call lock and door? Now he gave a boyfriend or his husband.
Okay, you're mixing up both stories. The person who is pregnant is actually a teenager who was gang raped by her guardian, a man, and 7 other men. Now she is 2 months pregnant.
I don't get you now. I don't get you. You see those people will do that thing, Mary. They go carry them, go put for sale, cage them, cage those people as they cage the woman. Understand? Person where they pregnant, they can't lock them. They won't kill them.
Mikey, you're mixing up things. We have 3 stories. 3 stories, right? One is the story of a woman who was locked up by her husband because she disobeyed him.
That one I won't put mouth.
Then he locked her up. It's in a shop, locked her and left with the key.
That is what I'm saying. That is the one I'm putting mouth.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, that is the one I'm putting mouth. You see those people who do that thing, they make them go catch those people. You know, say, person where they're pregnant, you know whether not 3 plates, the person won't born.
All right, Mikey. Mikey is really turning the whole stories upside down and getting us more and more confused. All right, let's go on a quick musical break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the rest of the conversation. For the benefit of people who just tune in, I would want you to be patient. When we come back, we'll review those stories once again and give you the opportunity to be a part of our program this morning. Don't go anywhere. DJ J Boy right here on She Matters with Mary and
Nwada Clara Okocha.
Onye Igwe.
Hara,
but it's going to be today. I cannot wait to
water.
see the kind of bike that will be bought for Clara. Is it going to be the sporty one? Is it going to be the one that has basket in front or at the back? What color is it going to look like? What's your choice?
Also blue.
Blue.
Also blue.
Of all? No.
Blue.
It should be something feminine.
Also blue.
Don't worry.
We'll settle
black. We'll settle that matter later, not here. Okay, thank you so much for your company. This is She Matters, a program for the female gender. And today we are talking about 3 sensitive stories that actually happened sequentially. This week alone. We don't know what's going to happen next week, but we are trying to let you know that a lot is happening in the world, especially our dear country, Nigeria. And our duty is to bring these stories to you and also hear what you have to say about them. Now, Clara told the first story of a teenager who was gang raped by her guardian, a man. She was left in the custody of her guardian and he raped her repeatedly. He did not stop there. He got 7 other men to do same. And they all took their turns on a teenager. As I speak with you right now, she's 2 months pregnant. That is one story. The second story is a man in Edo State, Emmanuel, who killed his daughter for money rituals, right? And he was accosted, he was arrested by the vigilante people who saw him with the head of the girl. And then when they went back to his house, they discovered that he had tied up his wife and also locked her up in the house so she would not restrain him because she found out last minute what he was about to do. That is the second story. And then the third story, in fact, that one is, I don't even know what to say. The story of a man who locked up his wife in their shop. He was about to close for the day. There was a little disagreement, and he locked the woman up in the shop, took the key with him, and left. If not for the intervention of neighbors who noticed that she did not come out with the man, and they heard her screaming, that woman would have suffocated there and died, because at the time they opened the door, she was distressed and you could see sweat all over her. She was shaking psychologically. She was down. She was confused. She didn't even know what else to do. Imagine if she had suffocated in that shop. And then we are talking about this morning, the topic we have for you is we're trying to now ask a question. When the family becomes a danger zone for the woman or the girl child, what can they do? Now we are linking it to control, linking it to discipline and deadly choices that most men make. Because in all of these stories, women or the female gender are mostly affected. So what can they do? Someone said they should look out for red flags before settling down. Do you see ritualists written on the man's head? No, it's not written. A man who would show excessive control or might want to discipline you and now go overboard. How would you see most of those things? And then we have messages on WhatsApp. Please listen, let me read out this one. And this one says, Echo FM, good morning. Please, let us stop disturbing ourselves. For the man that locked up his wife in the shop, I do not think the man had bad intentions. Rather than maybe he just wanted to discipline her. Because surely the man did it out of anger. Definitely, okay, let me read it the way he wrote it. Maybe he wanted to come back to release her before midnight. It's even better than beating her. Anyway, he still needs to learn anger management and go for therapy. But obviously, it is better than assaulting or beating a woman physically. Then he ended this whole talk by saying that although he's not in total support. Now, it's your opinion. I'm not going to castigate or say anything, right? But I have some concerns. So he feels it is better to discipline a woman in that manner by locking her up so she could have suffocated. It's better than beating her. What's the difference? What is the difference? Well, it's your opinion. Thank you. This one says, good morning. Once again, my eloquent and majestic. Okay, I think this is for Barry Cosmos. Let's see. Umeboro John Bosco from Mbiri says, Mary and the delectable diva, Clara, evil has become almost institutionalized in our society. That good now becomes strange, and doers of good are now seen as strangers. It becomes unbearably painful when these acts of inhumanity and barbarism are visited on us by those with whom we share things in common or look up to, like we saw in the last 3 ugly stories of today. By implication, nowhere is safe again. Hence, begging for the question of how careful can we be? That's the question. Ka ndi, please. Thank you. God have mercy. Okay, Umeboro John Bosco, thank you so much for your message. And this one, I'm trying to open up this one. As soon as I lay my hands on that, we'll continue with the message. But let's go back to the phone lines this morning. All right. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Don't name the call back.
Quickly.
One thing we must do is this. Women sometimes try to protect their home even when they are dying. If you are facing such challenge, that is why your parents are there. Even when your parents are not there, we have what we call father of those marriage. Whenever you look at the husband that came for you, kneel down, vow for you, live happily, come to see you as a slave in your own house, you don't need to keep quiet. Because for that man to lock that woman in the shop, as they had to go, that means he has been maltreating this woman before now. So the best thing to do is to start complaining. If they couldn't help himself, talk to the parents of the man or his brothers when they fell. Sometimes you leave the home and see whether the real love that started that marriage will come back. And if it's not coming back, you need to love yourself.
Okay.
And for those giving their child, or if you making use of their daughter child, the government and communities need to set some policy, strong one, discipline, or even law, so that whoever that violates it will face the punishment. And when others see that whoever that pregnated his child or beat him beyond what they said are being punished, others will learn from it.
Okay.
We need to wake up to stop those things. If not, we don't know what to keep for our incoming generation.
Thank you.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, brother Nnamdi. And he says when the home becomes a danger zone, women should speak up.
Iwu kpọkụ n'ọnụ aga na-eji agbaso ndị a na-abịa nnọọ ka oke akwasoro onwe onye ike n'ike emekwara ke
Clara, the laws are there. The rules are there. The punishment is there. However, implementation becomes a problem. For instance, this man that was caught, that raped his ward alongside 7 other men, if not that the case got to the Commissioner for Women Affairs, let's say maybe they just went and picked them up. Later on, before you know, they will release them. And what you hear is, they were granted bail. And then reintegrated into the same society. His family members will come and set him free. I think that's where the problem is. So if you're talking about the rules, the laws, there is the VAP law. We have these laws. They are there. It's there, but how effective are these laws? That's the question. Okay, good morning, dear presenters. My name is Chinonso Ukebu from Irete. If you find yourself in this danger zone, what do you do naturally? Leave the danger zone. This is irrespective of gender. Life first. Okay. Thank you very much, Chinonso Ukebo. And this one says, good morning, Mary and Clara. I am Glory Chika, texting from Owerri. That man that locked his wife inside a shop without minding her life, that man is wicked. Not only, there are words I would not use, but I'll stop there. That man lacks, some people are full of evil. God forbid. Okay, thank you so much for your message. And this one said, blessed morning, my wonderful presenters. How are you doing? Clara. Okay. I'm Comrade Anoye Ifeanyi Chukwu Fikisman from Umagwo Obosima in Ohaji, Ebema local government area. And he says, indeed, what is happening in some of our homes is not a good thing at all. Remember, the home is where the child learns his first or her second or first education. Imagine whereby the foundation is weak. What can the righteous do? The man that locked his wife inside the shop is not a good one at all. People should be mindful of whom they say, yes, I do, before the altar of God. People should know that they should prepare before marriage, not preparing in marriage. Thank you and God bless you. Ndewo. Thank you for your message, and that's all for now on WhatsApp. One call and then we'll go straight back to Facebook to read some of the comments.
Hello.
Hello.
Ibolachi.
Yes, Clara. How are you?
At the moment.
Yes, the program that is doing the information read out for us. In fact, all of them are very, very pathetic. My name is Mike Okamwa.
You're welcome.
I'm calling from Ebo.
Mike, welcome. Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes. Concerning the man who locked up his wife in the shop. Anyway, you can see that the home is no longer only a danger zone. The shop now is now a danger zone. Even the woman following the husband to his business place is a danger zone. It's a very, very terrible situation.
Okay.
What could have led to that is not an anger built only one day. It has been an accumulated anger, and the man has a mission. He wanted to kill the woman.
Oh.
Maybe the home was not safe for him to do that. The environment was not conducive. He now brought the woman to the shop, and knowing that the neighbor will leave soon. Immediately the neighbor left. He did what he did. You know. So what he wanted to do is maybe he locked her there. Maybe the woman will now die there. In the morning, he will not very early to evacuate her body and report the woman dead. Yeah. So it's a very bad situation. Such an issue should be investigated. In fact, the man should be prosecuted.
Okay.
Because it's an attempt of murder. It's an attempt of murder.
Yes. I agree with you.
And for those who are looking for a head to do ritual or somebody to do ritual with, well, it's a decadence in the society. The youth are well involved in this kind of thing. It is a poor, moral background from the family. If you trace it very well, you see that such child does not have good family. He does not have a good, back from the family, or what he must have learned from peers or colleagues. So we condemn it. It's very, very bad.
Okay.
Parents should be able to actually know what their children are doing. Their sources of income. If somebody cannot be doing a work of 50,000 or 100,000, and he's doing something of 2 million naira or 5 million naira, and parents are clapping for the person. No question, no investigation, no inquiry. They take hook, line, and sinker.
Okay.
It's also bad.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mike Okenwa, thank you for your submission this morning. All right, messages on Facebook. Chomzy Gold says, now, wow, this is a wicked world. Thank you for your message, Gold. Joseph Mario Oguzier says, I'm writing from Ihagwa, popularly known as I Am in Charge. Locking up someone, no matter the disobedience, is an offense against God and humanity. There are many ways to restore sanity. It is only those wicked-minded people that do not know God that can carry out such an act. Yagazie. Okay, thank you. Adanaya Onyema Deborah says, no matter what the woman did, what if she had died in that shop?
Okay.
The man is a murderer. Wicked man. Please let those people put him in that shop and lock him back up for him to know what it looks like. Adanaya, thank you. Chinonso Kebu said, if you find yourself in a danger zone, what do you do naturally? Leave the danger zone. This is irrespective of gender. Life comes first. Thank you. Julie Nosike says, good morning, Mary and Clara. I had a girl who came to live with me at the age of 11. Her stomach and her upper parts were large, and she was hunched. When I queried her, she said Madam's husband and brother were always sleeping with me, and from the age of 8, she was made to carry 25 liters of jerrycan of water to their 5-storied building house. That is what gave her a hunchback. I tried to confront the guardian. Her mother stopped me, saying that the man threatened to deal with her if she dared expose him. And then she said she will not mention the name. Okay. Julie Nosike, thank you for your message. And it goes back to what I was trying to say, Clara. And then the last message on Facebook, Ogechi Faithful, all I can say is the man is an abuser. Thank you so much, Ogechi Faithful, for your message. I'm trying to read all the messages we have today. I don't want to leave anyone out. This one says, my beautiful people, good morning. Even honestly, you will never know fully who you want to marry or settle down with. People can change, people can change, and people will change. Just be prayerful and do not take in for the first time what you know. Okay, do not take in for the first time what you know you cannot continue taking in. You should, you too have a blissful day. It's so precious. What she means is do not start tolerating what you know. Yes, you will not. Exactly. Good morning. My name is Hardman, texting from Amakoya. I do not really like what the man did to the woman because there are other ways of settling problems as husband and wife. Thank you so much. And that's the much we'll be taking on your messages for today on the program. Clara, we have to go.
Oh,
I know you're feeling bad right now. All right, let's go. Parting words.
Igwe ndị ọma ozuchala ma gbacha n'ebe aka anyị ga-enyere komiji wetere gị akụkọ ụwa na nkenke na ehihie a. Biko unu agbalịala isonyere anyị n'ọzọ dị ka ibe ya m ga-arụtụ aka ọ biko ka onye na-eme ya agbada anya. Ọ bụrụ na ọnwa gị ka ya na mmadụ nọ ya eme ya arụ ahụ, ị ga-anakwetekwa ya. Ịmara ihe aha ga-ewe mee gị, ị ga-anakweteli ya emeni onye ọzọ. Ịmarakwana na nwa ahụ ọwụ gị na ya abụọ na o toola agbọghọbịa ọ batawala gị anya kpọlaa ya ọ na ị gaghị resist wu ya mami ghọta kpọlaa ya biko agakwala ga bute ihe ma ị na-aga emecha wuli.
Okay. Thank you so much. And I would want to say something about discipline, right? People discipline others for them to learn, for them to be more knowledgeable about something so that it doesn't happen again, right? But it's different from abuse. You can never link the two. Discipline is on one side, abuse is on another side. Now, if this man has said, oh, okay, you disobeyed me, or you come out, let's go home first.
Okay.
Or locked the shop and left her outside and went home out of anger. I will understand. After all, we all walk out on people when we are angry. Right?
Kind of understand.
Thank you. Then you have shown the woman that you are visibly angry and then she should find her way home. No problem. Now, you did not lock her up. You did not put her life in danger in any way. So as an adult, she will now know how to find her way home. That is it. Then you went ahead to lock her up. That is abuse in the highest form.
Oh, mother kiss.
Yes. And then for the people who would want to take their family members, especially their daughters who are virgins, because you're looking for money. Wealth without life is worthless. One day you will still die. Everybody will die and go. We will all leave this earth. But let it be that in that you're leaving the earth. You're living with clean hands.
Okay.
You're living with legacies that when you go, for generations to come, when your name is mentioned, they'll say, I remember what Clara did. I remember what Mary did. It will not be a bad name that you will leave behind. It is food for thought. I want us to think about this. Money that is gotten fast goes very fast. I mean in the bad way. It goes very fast. It fizzles out before you even close your eye and open it. It's gone. So please, let us learn to differentiate between discipline and abuse. And women who are faced with these kind of things, now is the time to start to speak up. Don't die in silence. we have to go. My name is Mary, the Slim Diva. You're most adorable. Thank you, J-Boy, and we will bounce back on Friday next week. God bless you. To you, it's exactly 2 minutes gone past noon this afternoon, right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeniwode, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories around the world. Here are the headlines. Federal government's Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, to combat bird flu with $350,000 project. Anambra teenage girl gang raped by guardian and 7 others. AEDC to begin ban A customers compensation in 4 states after NERC's directive. And Grenada opens visa-free entry, eyes Nigerian investors. Still on the foreign scene, China's Xi Jinping to visit North Korea next week. And on sports news, badminton body 6 coaches for national teams. Details shortly. And we start off as usual with national stories that says the federal government has stated that it is partnering with the Food and Agricultural Organization FAO to strengthen Nigeria's preparedness, detection and response to highly pathogenic avian influenza through a $350,000 intervention that will also train 240 animal health personnel. The government disclosed this in a statement following the inauguration of the FAO's Technical Cooperation Programs project on strengthening preparedness, detection, and response in Nigeria. According to the statement, the initiative is designed to improve disease surveillance, laboratory diagnostics capacity, risk communication, and stakeholders coordination under the One Health framework. The Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Meha, was quoted as saying that the poultry industry remains vital to Nigeria's food security and economic growth, but continues to face threats from transboundary animal diseases. The minister therefore commended the FAO for approving and funding the project, describing the intervention as timely and consistent with the federal government's efforts to strengthen disease prevention and control within the livestock sector. And over to the Red Chamber, where Anambra State government has vowed to ensure justice for a 16-year-old girl who was gang raped by 8 men, including her guardian, in the Nofia community of Njikoka local government area of Anambra State. The State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Esther Onyekesi, stated this when the survivor was brought to her office in Oka. Onyekesi vowed to ensure that all perpetrators in the dastardly act were brought to justice to serve as a deterrent to others. The commissioner, who was visibly emotional when the victim was brought to her office, expressed deep outrage over the level of trauma the teenager had endured at the hands of adults who were entrusted with her protection. A medical report presented to the commissioner confirmed that the teenager is 2 months pregnant as a result of the repeated sexual assaults. The case was reported to the commissioner by a Catholic priest from Nofia who intervened after learning of the abuse. In another development, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has warned political parties that any primary election conducted outside the Commission's May 30 deadline remains invalid unless a higher court overturns an earlier Federal High Court judgment on the matter. INEC's National Commissioner and Chairman of Voter Information and Education Committee, Mohammed Kudu Aruna, made the disclosure. He advised that political parties would have to continue to comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act of 2026 pending the determination of the Commission's appeal before the Court of Appeal. The INEC Commissioner's position follows the ongoing legal disputes over the Commission's timetable for party primaries and candidate nominations ahead of the 2027 general election. The Commission also directed parties to comply with other timelines contained in its revised election schedule. And over to Osun State, where the police command has stated that it has launched a probe into the attack on the Accord chairman for Oshogbo local government area, Ashimiyu Ajibola, which left him battling for life at the Osun State University Teaching Hospital, Oshogbo. The command, in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Abiodun Ojelabi, stated that the incident occurred when 2 armed men riding on a motorcycle reportedly attacked the victim in an apparent murder attempt. Ojelabi added that upon receiving the distress report, the command immediately mobilized tactical and conventional teams to the scene. While condemning the incident, Ojelabi said the Commissioner for Police, Ibrahim Gutan, had ordered a high-powered investigation into the incident. It's exactly 8 minutes past noon. If you just tune in, you are listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Federal government, food and agricultural organization to combat bird flu with $350,000 project. Anambra teenage girl gang raped by guardian and 7 others. AEDC to begin Band A customers' compensation in 4 states after NERC's directive. And Grenada opens a visa-free entry, eyes Nigerian investors. China's Xi Jinping to visit North Korea next week. And still to come on sports news, badminton body 6 coaches for national teams. Details after this break. Stay tuned.
In today's world where we are, there are many children living with different disabilities such as deserve to be treated differently or called an imbecile because they have a disability. Rather, we should be more informed. There are lots of advices or information in relation to different disabilities. If you have any concerns that your child might be suffering from any kind of disability that you are not sure of, do not give it a term. Do not call it someone that is an imbecile. Do not say that your child is mentally deranged. Rather, I will ask that you seek for help. There are many opportunities out there for people living with disabilities, and they should be treated specially. They are children with special needs and shouldn't be treated differently. You can reach Kids in Motion on 0701 063 2627 0701 063 2627. If you have any more questions or if you would like to know what support we have in place for kids with disabilities, my name remains Chief Lady Maureen Kingsley, Audio Conamba, co-CEO Echo FM 100.7 and co-CEO The King Group of Companies. Thank you.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just tuned in, you are listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. And now we move on to the rest of the news. In business news this afternoon, Abuja Electricity Distribution Company AEDC has stated that electricity consumers across the Federal Capital Territory, Nasarawa, Niger and Kogi states will soon receive compensation for Band A customers following the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission's directive. Electricity consumers are to be compensated by 11 discos across states, and those who received less than 18 hours of power within February and March. NERC had issued an implementation time for the compensation for February 2026, which shall be completed no later than May 31, 2026, and for March 2026, which is slated to be completed not later than June 30, 2026. The compensation is 20% of average energy billed for customers in the period under review. Recall that Nigeria has continued to suffer from inadequate supply nationwide, with electricity generation stunted around 3,000 megawatts and 4,500 megawatts for an estimated population of over 250 million. Over now to the foreign scene, where Nigerian investors, professionals, and entrepreneurs are being offered a new route into the Caribbean as Grenada moves to deepen economic ties with Africa through visa-free access, planned direct air links, and an aggressive investment drive targeting sectors ranging from healthcare and agriculture to real estate and financial services. Speaking at a press conference in Lagos after a working visit to Grenada, the country's honorary consul in Nigeria, Bidemi Sonoki, stated that the Caribbean nation was positioning itself as a strategic platform for Nigerian businesses seeking opportunities beyond traditional markets. According to Sonoiki, discussions are also underway to establish direct air connectivity between Nigeria and the Caribbean within the next 6 months, a development he described as potentially transformative for trade and investment between both regions. The sectors identified for immediate engagement include tourism, healthcare, agriculture, agro-processing, logistics, education, fintech, renewable energy, and real estate. And still on the foreign scene, Chinese President Xi Jinping will visit North Korea next week. State media has confirmed his first trip abroad this year after hosting a series of leaders as Beijing asserts itself as a global diplomatic superpower. Xi Jinping will visit from June 8 to June 9 at the invitation of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, his first trip to Pyongyang in 7 years. Beijing is a vital source of political and economic support to North Korea, which is one of the most diplomatically isolated countries in the world and under heavy international sanctions. The upcoming meeting will be Xi's first official overseas trip this year and comes after he hosted back-to-back summits with U.S. President Donald Trump and Russia's Vladimir Putin last month. And lastly, on sports news this afternoon, the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, BFN, has announced the vacancies for national coaching positions with applications open until June 30. According to reports, the BFN is looking to fill the positions permanently after engaging acting coaches for the senior national team and ad hoc coaches for other national assignments. Available positions include head coach, assistant coach 1 and assistant coach 2 for the senior national team, junior national team, and para badminton team. In a nationwide call for applications, the Federation said it is seeking dynamic, experienced, and result-oriented coaches to drive the development of badminton across all levels and strengthen Nigeria's competitiveness on the global stage. According to the Federation, successful candidates will play critical roles in talent discovery, player development, competition preparation, and overall team management. The BFN noted that beyond technical expertise, national coaches are expected to serve as mentors, disciplinarians, role models, and planners who will contribute to building resilience, confidence, and professionalism amongst athletes. And that's all for the global news at noon this afternoon, as was brought to you from our news desk. For more information and inquiries, please visit us on Facebook at Echo FM and Echo FM 100.7, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. That is www.echofm.net, or find us on Radio Garden by simply searching for Echo FM 100.7. My name is Mary Omeniwode. Thank you for listening and do have yourselves a lovely weekend. Good afternoon to you.